British Foreign Secretary Liz Truss has called for Russia to be expelled from the United Nations Human Rights Council because of the horrific images from the Ukrainian Bucha. In the face of strong evidence of war crimes, including reports of mass graves and a heinous bloodbath in Bucha, Russia cannot remain a member of the UN Human Rights Council, Truss said on Twitter on Monday. Russia must be suspended. Well, Prime Minister Boris Johnson had previously described the discovery of the mass graves in the Kiev suburb as disgusting. Britain will not stand by and work to ensure that responsible are held accountable, he said. The UK has also refuted claims by Russian President Vladimir Putin that NATO poses a threat to Russia. It is merely a defensive alliance and is not looking for confrontation, the British Ministry of Defence said on Twitter on Monday. Contrary to what Putin claims, Russia is not surrounded by the military alliance. In fact, the proportion of borders with NATO countries is only 6% of Russia's total border, according to a video by the ministry. Russia has borders of over 20,000 kilometers in length, including only 1,215 kilometers with countries in the military alliance. Only 5 of Russia's 14 neighboring countries are NATO countries. These include the Baltic states, Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia, as well as Poland and Norway. And the Ukrainian port of Mariupol on the Sea of Azov is most likely a key target of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, according to British military intelligence. By taking the city, which is still heavily contested, a direct land connection could be established between Russia and the occupied Crimean Peninsula, according to an update from the British Ministry of Defence on Monday night, citing intelligence information. Russia's only connection from the mainland to the peninsula is a bridge across the Kerch Strait. Mariupol remains the target of intense and indiscriminate attacks. However, the Ukrainian units put up resolute resistance to the Russian attacks and continue to control central parts of the city. Even before the war began, London began sharing intelligence information with the public in an unusually open manner. For weeks now, the government has been publishing daily assessments of the course of the war of aggression. And Britain has also blamed Russia for sea mines sighted in the Black Sea. The mines are almost certainly due to Russian sea activities in the area, according to the Defence Ministry report released in London on Sunday already. The ministry restricted that there is no 100% security for it. However, the threat posed by the mines shows how Russia is harming the interests of civilians or neutral parties with its attacks on Ukraine. According to British intelligence, Russian naval forces continue to blockade the Ukrainian coast. The Russian troops are also able to go ashore with amphibious vehicles. However, such a mission is increasingly highly risky because the Ukrainians have had time to prepare, the statement said. And also according to the report from Sunday, the British government is currently working on providing Ukraine with anti-ship weapon systems. The Russian ambassador in London, Andrei Kelin, warned against this. According to a report by the Russian state news agency TASS, he announced that such supplies would become a legitimate target for Russian troops once they reached Ukrainian territory. And a Briton who is said to have spied for Russia is to be extradited from here in Germany to Great Britain. The competent criminal division of the Brandenburg Higher Regional Court decided on March 22nd that the extradition of the subject to the United Kingdom for criminal persecution was permissible. A court spokeswoman said that on Monday on request. At the same time, the Senate confirmed the intended approval of the extradition. The German news magazine Der Spiegel reported that on Monday. The court is responsible because the alleged spy was picked up in his district, the spokeswoman said. In the reasoning, the criminal Senate stated that the accused had the intention in his espionage activities to benefit the Russian state and to harm the United Kingdom for reasons of financial benefit as well as a dislike for the states of his nationality, which means the United Kingdom, and his place of residence, which means Germany. So he hates both of us. Officials from the Federal Crime Police Office arrested the man on August 10th last year in Potsdam on alleged agent activity. He is British and had worked for the British Embassy in Berlin. The federal prosecutor accuses the man of having provided documents to a Russian Secret Service for money. Since November 2020 at the latest, he is said to have transmitted material to the Secret Service that he had obtained in the course of his work. It was unclear how much cash he got for it. An investigating judge at the Federal Court of Justice in Karlsruhe decided that the man was taken into custody. According to the British Home Office, joint investigations by German and British authorities contributed to the arrest. After the arrest, the Foreign Office in Berlin emphasized that Secret Service spying on a close ally on German soil would not be accepted. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.